Washroom. Where's just like the engine room? How do you look at your map?
All right then.
We're going up? Down? Let's try down. All right, here we go. There's more. What is this? A machine that does laundry, handmade by Nearest. Seems there's nothing in it at the moment. But you could change outfits if you wanted to. It's like a heart.
This?
Wonder what makes this thing run.
Hello?
First time on the Gauntlet runner, eh? Whoa, that scared me. Looks like that pipe's in here too. Call the runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magma crystals as fuel to run, you see. Used to be you'd take your life in your hands when you traveled the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beasts, made for zero momentum loss, even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed. Another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress. But by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You watch. You just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs as much rest as we do. You will continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available over time. If I was stuck, I couldn't leave like a building, and all I had was a kitchen, a bookshelf, and a washing machine for activities, I'd probably lose my mind. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling, which may improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. Spending time with allies improves your virtues and not like your bond? Okay. Oh, runner activities? Jeez, it can get kind of boring just riding along like this, huh? I know they're a bit compact, but you could always use a bunk to take a nap. I could do that.
All right then.
New lounge kitchen. What up, Hulkenberg?
Speaking of,
Nearest said that he got the kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, would you fancy a meal? I hardly consider myself a chef at any great skill, but Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes he learned at the Hushed Honeybee. Use the Gauntlet Runner's cooking table to whip up some food for you and your allies. Eating prepared meals can grant your party various positive effects. To cook, you'll need ingredients. Buy them, win them, or find them lying around. Try to experiment as much as possible. After you've made every dish at least once, you may learn how to create the ultimate culinary masterpiece. Oh, yeah? There are some ingredients here. Maybe Nearest went shopping? Gideaux meat, pristine clear water, red grass. Okay. Moroconi meat, orgo sugar. Whose handwriting is that? There are notes here about new potential recipes. I already knew the red grass roasted Gideaux, but curative coney roast and coney stew. Holistic whitefish platter, critical meatball. I like the sound of critical meatballs. Steadfast stew. Precision fermented ribs. Stale black bread recipe. Ooh, stale black bread. I like how you make it stale. Want to make something? If so, we should try to have everyone teach us about their culinary specialty. It's actually like so hard to speak when you can't hear yourself at all. Restores 250 and cures poison for all allies. It's pretty good. Mellow Milk. Cures status ailments for all allies. Fully restores HP for all allies. Critical meatballs. Increases critical rate for all allies. Steadfast Stew allows one person to endure one fatal attack with 1 HP. Increases hit rate of 1 attack to 100 for 1 ally. That's so weak. To spend 2 turns just to hit the guy once. But like if they... Maybe if they have like a lot of evasion or something. And then the stale black bread is what we used on like one of the early bosses. Cool. Gel dust.
Let's check.
That's the dish Stroll wanted to make. Wait here, I'll go get him.
Now then.
For as often as we simply refer to our meals as meat, something to keep in mind is where it's cut from. The taste and texture can change dramatically, you know. Each type of cut has an ideal preparation, and if you do it well, it turns out tender and delicious. Something to strive for, wouldn't you say?
Speaking of,
So what kind of cut do we have here? Ah, but never you mind. Just leave this to me. I began preparing the food with Stroll. Watch your meat and adjust the heat, so it goes. Although, it depends on what your preference is, really. It's nearly time. No, it is time. Strike now.
all right.
Yes, not bad so far. See the juices there? They're your proof that this is turning out delicious. We'll add a little something for the aroma and we're done. But just a little, or it'll overshadow the flavor. Amazing! Stroll and I made a delicious looking dish cooked to perfection. It's curative coney roast. Smells great, doesn't it? Now imagine how it tastes. Stroll and I clean up the kitchen. Time really flew.
The Gauntlet runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Establishing an encampment. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced in darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart gauntlet runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While at an encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the gauntlet runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. Give it a try. 3 days until we reach Martira. Our first time camping in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm kinda excited, but it'll be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with someone? Whew, I didn't realize how long it's been since we took a well-earned break. Hey, what are you trying to do there?
Your thoughts?
Ho ho! How was the ride, huh? Smooth as butter. Luxurious as a palace. Awe-inspiring tear-jerking? Absolutely. Wahaha! This runner's such a guilty pleasure. Though credit where it's due, my tinkering certainly helped make her what she is. Though full disclosure, That's all thanks to a little mechanism I whipped together that keeps her legs from sinking into the dunes. Wouldn't have to worry about the terrain if she could just fly. But that's a story for another day. Off you go. Better get your 40 winks. There are insects gathering by the campfire.
Yep.
Oh, apparently you can eat these bugs. Well, according to Hulkenberg anyway. I should try to catch one. Oh, well I did it. I caught one of the bugs gathered by the campfire. When it's my turn to cook, I should use it as an ingredient. Gross.
Hey,
Hey, you looking for something to do? My weapons are as sharp as they're gonna get, and I'm not up to much. Care to keep me company for a while? By recalling the past and planning for the future with Stroll, maybe I can hone my imagination. What else can I do?
I see.
No. No, I do not want to hang out with you, Stroll.
All right then.
Let's go.
What's this?
Beneath this cloth, there seems to be a big barrel. I wonder what it's used for. Hulkenberg.
Well met.
Ah, well met. I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to traveling, but I have no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, might we talk a bit? By recalling the past and planning for my future, with Hulkenberg, maybe I can hone my imagination. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. Yeah, I totally want to hang out. This power we've awoken to. I have all sorts of questions, but what I really find curious are these forms we take on. Each has their unique aspects, but one bit they all have in common is their armor-like appearance. What do you make of that? Does the healer wear armor? It's like pretty clothy, right? It's cool.
Certainly.
I think it looks cool.
I see.
I do find the austerity of the designs intriguing, but I was not speaking on how they look per se. So I answered wrong, basically. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct that power as one directs a horse by its reins. It is said that people lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of that power lurking within them. Is that not then the very condition to awaken our slumbering power? Also, hence why it is so exhausting and why it cannot be maintained for long? The ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. We'd do well to practice diligence maintaining our food reserves. Hulkenberg and I talked about things to come. I feel like my imagination increased.
All right.
4? Big imagination. It's getting quite late, but we've a ways to go yet, so I would very much like to continue chatting with you. Sure. Hulkenberg and I talked for a while. On accident.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning.
Yo. Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that the sleeping quarters more than exceeded your expectations, eh?
True.
They were better than I'd feared considering how tiny they are. But I've got a question of my own. Isn't the desert sand going to do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Nary a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these arid dunes behind tomorrow.
I knew it!
Wow, runners are really neat, aren't they? A carriage would never be able to get us through the desert this fast. But, just keep an eye on the road, okay, Nearest? We'll arrive in Martira in 2 days, huh? He's got a little sword. What's with your little sword, Stroll? Hey, Pompo, good timing. I was about to do some maintenance on my weapons. If you've got the time, why not join me? It's as refreshing for the mind as it is for our battles. Maintaining my weapon could improve my courage. Maybe.
I see.
Yes, it is rather a time commitment, isn't it? Sorry, Stroll. Pompo, you've come at the perfect moment. I was just thinking I'd ponder some battle strategies over my game board. An abstract game of military tactics, you see. Care to indulge me in a round? Wisdom. Seems kind of fun, doesn't it? How about playing a game?
Well,
no. Indeed? Well then, perhaps some other time.
All
Just
right.
shutting my friends down. What's this? Oh, the bookshelf? Lined with interesting books. The books I can read are New World Travel Diary, Pride and Persuasion. This appears to be a fictional chronicle of a boy's journey in a fanciful place called the New World. I haven't started reading it yet. Seems like a book that'll really expand the mind. Want to read it together over by the window? Imagination. Not now. This book outlines useful conversational techniques for convincing others. I haven't started it yet. Nearest probably left this here, huh? Let's take it over to the window and if you want to read it together. Eloquence. Okay. So we got pretty much all the virtues then, huh? Oh, no tolerance, but 4 of the 5. I'm like... Imagination and courage are like about the same. I think I probably want to do courage. I'm gonna hang out with Stroll anyway.
Hey.
Let's do it. I will.
Then.
Right. Let's have a look at your blade then.
Got a moment?
You'll think I'm getting ahead of myself here, but after things settle down, I'd like to live without the sword. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence don't exist. Where nothing is taken from you by others. That's why, one day, I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory. And not just mine, all the ruined hometowns.
Hey.
How about you? I share my plan, let's hear yours. What'll you do when the fight's over? I mean, the truth is I'm not sure. He might like this though. I'd like to help you with the rebuilding. Are you serious? I'm a bit relieved to hear it, tell you the truth. I've got to get stronger. Even if the village gets rebuilt, it's all for naught if it's attacked by monsters again. And then you won't have your sword with you? Damn. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters, not leave it to a spineless army and its incompetent generals. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like Luis. We'll fight for change. I want to do something about that too.
Yeah.
I agree. But seeing the state of our country's army, I'm all the more glad you're our captain. Truly. You resolved to stand on the front line of our fight, so it's only right that you lead. Ha! Our fight, I say. I forced my way into your mission.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know? To act with such conviction. How does one become so bold? do what I must.
Yeah.
I'm only doing what needs to be done, one step at a time.
Right.
Easier said than done. I get so fixated on the past, I lose sight of the present sometimes. You always look forward, and that's what I envy about you. All this to say, I have faith in you. We've more battles ahead, and I'll be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will determine by what the people think of as justice. They're free to make their choices, but so is one being chosen. So is the one being chosen. I wonder who it'll end up being after all this.
All right.
Anyway, this sword's shining like new. Let's finish this up. Caring for my weapons has fortified my will to fight as well as increased my courage.
Now then.
Ooh! Huge jump. Maybe I should do that for imagination.
Courage.
Courage! 'Tis one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, kindle the flame of thy courage to ignite the hearts of thy people.
Why, that's...
A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed. I spent some time with Stroll honing our weapons.
I say, we could stop for a break.
Ahoy, break time, chums! There's something up ahead, so we'll be stopping there.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The Gauntlet runner comes to a stop at its base.
Okay, the Tree of Prophecy. Here we are. Shall we get a closer look? Ho!
Wow.
It's so pretty. It's not just the leaves, it's as though the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country, whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future? And how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of the desert? And what does red mean? That's what I'm wondering. I'm not sure if it explains it, but I am sensing an incredible amount of magla in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, no sir, but a magical organism that feeds off of magla. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Nearest pulled a sheet of paper and a brush from his pocket and began to draw the landscape in front of him.
Hey.
Wow, Nearest. How did you get so good at drawing? Ah, my boy. Meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it. I'm finished here. Take it as a keepsake. You're giving it to me? Yeah, like what? Both of these. Wasn't it for research?
Man.
I thought you needed this for research. All the pertinent information I need is to be etched into my very mind. Has been etched into my very mind. I can make do with it without the sketch itself. Thanks. I wonder how much it sells for. I received Neuros's research picture. The drawing is intricately detailed and could accurately convey the full majesty of this place to a viewer who has never been here.
Hey there.
Hey, why don't we give that to Maria? Oh, that's a good idea. I bet she'll love to see something from our journey. And we could tell her a story about this place. The next time we're in Grand Trad, I should give this drawing to Maria. Grad. I think it's supposed to be Grand Trad, but Grad Trad. Next time we're in Grad Trad.
Huh?
Huh. A magical organism in the form of a tree. Say, aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely! Gallica is a most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which is giving me great insight into my own research into flight. Oh.
Huh?
What? You've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you asking, so knock it off.
However,
Did he draw her too? Turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what manner of anomaly its current color portends. We took a brief detour, but I feel that seeing that rare sight has broadened my wisdom.
All right.
Nice, by a lot too. Cool, cool, cool,
The
cool.
Gauntlet runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
Rock Den Camp. Rock Den Camp. Rock Den Camp. We'll be in Martira the day after tomorrow. I wonder what kind of place Martira is. Was I in this outfit before? Those are some high pants. Strollioli?
Hey,
Hey, you looking for something to do? Same thing? Imagination? Is that what I said I wanted?
see.
Yeah. Okay, so no problems doing that, I guess.
All right then.
let's go.
The watchtower. Not much going on.
All right then.
So I can go to the bookshelf. What's that?
Let's head there right away.
Oh, nurse. Oh, that you, lad? Just in time. Mind helping me out a bit? I was about to give the reactor an inspection. Abstruse and convoluted as it is, rest assured a look won't do you any harm. Carefully inspecting the machinery might hone my wisdom. Maybe later.
Right then.
Ah, well that's fair. Some days your heart's not in it for the detail work. Give me a shout if you change your mind.
All right then.
Nah, I might go
Let's go.
hang out with Stroll. Strolly.
Hey,
Well, hold up.
I see.
Can I eat more bugs? Loomy bee?
Hey,
Imagination.
now then.
So next up is Martira. It feels like just yesterday when I first arrived in the royal capital. So much has happened in such a short span of time. I met you, we went over to the northern fortress and awakened a mysterious power. I'd once thought magic like this only existed in heroic tales of times long past.
Speaking of,
Speaking of which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same power that hero kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them met miserable ends? You don't know that they had no allies. Lost to a greater power. Power isn't everything? One of these two.
What's that about?
oh, I see.
Ah, I see. As kings, they had to govern their people and maintain the peace. Martial might alone wouldn't help you there. I don't know why that was confusing to me. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. What's that little, like, cube on the desk? I keep looking at it. Moreover, we've got more than one power at our disposal, and on top of that, we've got allies who share these abilities as well.
Then
If we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great hero kings of old. Though, all this does make me wonder, just how many more of these powers are still out there? I felt my imagination grow as Stroll and I discussed the challenges still ahead of us.
All right.
Didn't even get close to 2. Come now, it's too early for bed. Let's talk some more. Stroll and I talked for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Flames Day.
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh wow! I missed all this green!
why is it so bumpy?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad.
See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
A cannonade.
We got attacked?
My star is rising! Ah! Sanctism will reign! Ah!
It's them.
Oh, so we got hit by a stray?
Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Gideaux, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gideaux.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
I don't think they're like high enough in the standings either. Doesn't seem like they're trying to land fatal shots, just aiming to break the opponent's side's gauntlet runner.
stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to halt each other's advance. Damned fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look! Over by the legs. That crier is there too.
Why?
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gideaux cannot match Gideaux's firepower.
Our plan hinges on winning Luis's favor. Can we afford to abandon Gideaux if he's one of Luis's supporters?
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Gideaux's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
I mean, that's interesting. Do I care? I just wonder what they would say if I say this. I'm gonna try it.
How about we see how it plays out?
No, I think we should step in on Gideaux's side. I know, I don't like it either, but if we want Luis's favor, this might be the strategic play we need.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gideaux's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help! Withdraw, Gideaux! Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces? Well, sorry, can't get into it now. That Gauntlet. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral. Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time.
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Gideaux and his monks have boarded the deck. Looks like he knows the magic won't shield us. He's aiming to kill us here and now.
You dare interfere in my fight? Know your place. Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names. Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, Oleg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Gideaux himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren! Put the fear of God into these impious commoners!
Don't forget about the petrification magic!
I won't forget.
I'll show you the I won't hold back!
Bot.
Fire!
You disgrace the sanctest way.
Knight! Is that all?
Put on a cocky smirk.
Take this!
Only a flesh wound.
What could you hope to achieve?
More cocky smirks.
He knows we can't attack him. He's toying with us.
Warrior!
Hack and slash!
I'll show you the essence of truth. Mage! Freeze!
I stand ready.
Maybe I should be using magic on this guy.
For all that we strive for!
Let's keep this up.
Let's go!
Cocky smirks.
This is nothing.
What could you hope to achieve?
I call upon royal power within!
I will fight by this power. Bird!
Prostrate yourself before God.
Come!
Strike me if you dare.
Sanctism is supreme! More resilient than I expected. I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now, feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise,
Uh-oh.
my brothers.
Oh.
This is nothing.
Sanctism will reign!
Oakenbird's badly wounded. Someone heal her! Oakenbird's in bad shape. She needs help.
He healed them a lot.
Warrior!
Oh, healing light!
Thank you.
I'll show you. Mage! Hold on.
Like 150 would be good. Blue cheese.
Let's try this.
Trust me.
Oh, 100 would have been fine. So it's hard to make that call.
I
Keep
stand
talking.
waiting.
Sanctism will
Is
reign!
that all? This is nothing.
Take this! Sanctism will
Holiness.
reign! Delay the inevitable!
Bird.
Come at
Poetry in
me!
motion.
Pretty tough.
I shall vanquish evil!
No, not that.
It's okay. We can do this. I won't hold back!
Maybe just pass.
Looking good here.
Is everyone all right? Oh, power of heroes!
That helped.
I owe you. I call upon royal power within! Tougher than I thought.
Take this!
Is that all? Only a flesh wound.
Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's guard is down.
The next one's yours.
Prepare yourselves!
Knight! Healing arts.
Thanks.
Helpful as ever.
Warrior!
Hack and slash!
Close your eyes.
Not done yet.
Too early to go to his side.
We're looking good here.
Observe the enemy.
I'll just melee him.
I see you!
Seems like the group can. Oh wow.
I return.
Sanctism will reign! Sanctism will reign!
Badly wounded. Can anyone heal
One
him?
health.
Are you prepared?
Or should I heal?
Hulkenberg's
Witness
guard is
me,
down.
brethren!
By this power. Ice!
You hit their weakness.
Nice.
I stand ready.
That's your opening, Captain.
Are you all right?
That helped.
My thanks.
Stroll.
Know
They've
your
sapped your
place.
defenses.
You first.
Peasants!
I won't hold back! Freeze!
Impossible! Sanctism will reign!
Oh, please.
Take this!
Is that all?
Stroll. They've sapped your defenses.
Come! Healing arts.
Thanks.
I owe you.
Warrior!
I will fight with mage! Ice!
You hit their weakness.
Is every Oh,
That's your
power
opening,
of
Captain.
heroes!
Hulkenberg's
By this
guard is
power.
down.
My power!
Freeze!
You hit their weakness. That's your
blade in
opening,
hand.
Captain.
Huh, take this!
So, the faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him.
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism. Now, are you prepared for the end?
Ah, I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my Gauntlet runner?
You kicked it.
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
Oh.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint.
It wasn't quite inoperable.
Hey, get down here.
You're welcome.
What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
I just wanted to help you.
A likely story? Out with it. What's your motive?
Why, Gideaux, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What
Why is
brings
he
you
here?
all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. Consider me chastened and shooed. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
You surprised me out there, love.
Nurse.
You bested Gideaux. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain yourselves.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nydia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Aye, but that's... Oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore.
Whoa.
I'd know the suspensions anywhere.
Nice.
You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juno, the kingdom's greatest singer, the dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck? Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of this group, I suppose it falls to me.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
Hey, up there!
An airborne Gauntlet runner. He's actually finished it.
Didn't he jump off that at the funeral?
My lord, Louis.
Like, wouldn't we have known that?
How
He had
kind
one?
to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gideaux got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the saintest's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my lord Louis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing
Did he have tears in his eyes?
Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug, and I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
We're your supporters.
Hence your retaliation against Gideaux, then. He's also a candidate, though his name doesn't carry any weight. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a Gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition? Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely, okay?
Okay. He's asking why I became a candidate. How should I respond? I mean, he's not gonna like it if I say to become the king. He's not gonna like it if I said to save the prince.
I want to help you, Count Louis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in. Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Luis. You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, loves.
Later.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector!
Sure. I like Hector.
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then, that could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Gideaux. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Heisme, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
Cool.
As the chirping birds return to their nests and the darkness claims its dominion, the Gauntlet Runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beings of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the Gauntlet Runner.
Oh, damn and blast!
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
Oh, he's dying?
Let's say we go check on him. Hey! Nurse, you okay?
Oh, you too. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
Is there something troubling you?
Well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see? She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort, but somehow that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet. There was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are. That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas, ideas, ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
I gotcha.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
I like Gallica's posture.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira.
Oh yeah?
A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
We might be close then. Maybe I should look into Comiro when we get to Martira.
This one's important.
Providing a spark. An old inventor near us once knew is living in Comiro, a village near Martira. He may be able to tell us more about the relic he once showed near us. 5 heroes incense reward. We left Nearest, who'd dissolved into doom and gloom again, and headed toward our narrow sleeping quarters in the Gauntlet runner.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Every day. So we'll arrive in Martira this evening then. Good. Soon we'll be liberated from this blasted shaking. Liberated? I do believe I take offense to that. The fairy girl's right, you know. A carriage could never keep us up with this pace. Some gratitude would be appreciated. Apologies. I am grateful. It's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. That, and I pray we can avoid further hindrances like yesterday's. Once we arrive in town, we're supposed to meet with Barden, right? I'm sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's Gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martira, where their client Barden awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
Castle Town.
Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Yeah.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
Ah, you're here. I've been hoping you'd show up soon.